guys, welcome back to another Motorhead video. In today's video we're back to work on our S2000 and we did get a new windshield for it, but before we put it in we want to get all the interior pieces in and we have them all laid out right here. Unfortunately though, they have been sitting in storage, therefore they are pretty grimy, so we're gonna get our super clean and get them super clean. So let's get right into it. All right, we got the dash in. We went ahead and picked up some fresh bolts for the dashboard so we can put it all together nicely. So let's get started. All right, so we're moving right along. As you can see, we got the dashboard in, got the steering column in, and now we have our beautiful Aza auto wheel steering wheel right here. As you can see, it's custom Alcantara. I think it's gonna look very nice, especially red stitched with the red on top. It goes with the interior. I'll link them down below in the description if you guys want to pick one up. They do a lot of BMWs and S2000s, plenty of other cars. You can check them out and see if they got what you need. Let's go ahead and get this in and then we're gonna see how it looks. All right, so you do have to actually swap over this thing right here. Here, Alana dropped the ball. This holds the airbag and it also does have the ground. So we can get that swapped over and then we'll get this airbag in. And guys, we also do have some black seats with red stitching. They are bucket seats. You want to do that next?
Yeah, I think we'll do that next, and then we'll throw in the top or the glass.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the seats in here. They look amazing. They are the seats that have been sitting in the E30. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but you will here in a second. Let's go ahead and get this in and then we'll move on to that.
There we go. There we go. All right.
Man, guys, that wheel right there was just such a nice touch. It looks so much better than this original steering wheel. Very rough shape. Completely transformed it. And keep in mind, guys, check this out. It has red stitching here and right there. And Vlad's already over here cleaning the seats, but you can see that it's gonna match very nicely because this also has red stitching. The seats are very beautiful. They're Brahms, but they have been sitting in the E30, so they did acquire a lot of dust. So we're gonna get them air blowed and then start cleaning them off and see what they look like in the car. Guys, so that interior turned out amazing. I love how everything looks. The Brom seats really complement the wheel, and also the center console does have red stitching too, and the shift boot, so it literally all looks perfect together. Not too much red in the interior because the outside is red, so it perfectly complements each other. So really happy with that. Tomorrow we're gonna actually go ahead and glue in this glass. And what else do you think? What should we do, bud?
We'll glue in glass, and then maybe we'll put on the lift and go ahead and get it running, really.
Ooh, you know what we could do? We could lower it.
Oh yeah, we have to lower it still.
People were asking about these wheels while they stick out. But we are gonna lower it, and then these do have camber arms, so it's gonna be slightly cambered because we did have to space it out due to this Brembo conversion that me and Vlad did a long time ago on his other S2000, and we just put it back onto this one. So it does require it to come out a little, which is unfortunate, but these are CCW rims, and they're like 4,000, aren't they? 4,000?
Yeah, about 4 grand, 42.
Yeah, so they're super nice rims, and we want to keep them. So we're gonna definitely just camber it and get the fitment really nice. I think it's gonna be pretty easy. These fenders are rolled already, so it's literally ready. So tomorrow we'll probably set all that up. And what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, so tomorrow we'll go ahead and throw in the glass, lower the car a bit, and maybe get on the lift and try to get it running. There's just, I mean, really just injectors are lacking and it'll start, so.
Yeah.
So we'll do all that tomorrow.
Squad's been pretty busy, so it's kind of hard to get scheduled to go over there because they're not at their garage. So we don't know when we'll get those parts, but we can do a lot of other stuff. We can't reassemble the rear yet because we are waiting on the soft top. The old one is kind of tore up and we don't want to put it in. There's no point of doing all that work, just take it out. So we're gonna order one and then we'll just recondition it and should be good. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. So it is the next day here, guys, and I wanted to introduce y'all to the newest Motorhead crew. This is Buck. He is a Rottweiler full breed. I just picked him up the other day, and he is gonna be growing on the channel. So be on the lookout because we're gonna have him in the future videos. So let's get back onto this S2000. What do you think, Vi? What should we do today?
I think we need to go ahead and glue in the glass right off the bat.
Yeah, that way I can drive.
And then we'll go on and go ahead and try to lower this thing, see how that works out.
Oh yeah. And then we can actually camber the fronts because it has camber arms on it in the front, don't it?
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe we'll end up just cambering the fronts and
the rear.
And the rear. I don't know if this sets down just a little bit more. I'll be fine with that, honestly. Like if it goes down to like right there and this makes him stick out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how that's.
We're gonna see him lower. But how low did you go? 1 inch?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, I was looking up.
It's not gonna look good.
The Teins that we got, the nicer quality ones, and they don't go under an inch or over an inch. So must have something to do with the capability. Maybe anything under an inch is going to be either really rough or just not doable.
I don't know. One inch ain't hot, boy. I was
1
thinking
inch?
2.
No, bro, I want this thing.
1.5.
This thing only has a cold air intake and some custom seats. I want it to be nice, man. We don't want no riced out junk.
All right, let's get this window glued in and then we'll pull this car out and get it on the lift. All right, so to start off, we're gonna cut this thing. You wanna make a V. That way it lays it down as a raised surface and it has a lot of contact area for the window.
All right, actually is 2 little lines you gotta cut, right?
Yeah, right there, but I mean, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't need the lines, you know? I got this.
All right.
You wanna glue it?
Yeah, I'll glue it.
It's his car. Plausible deniability. I think it's better if he does it. That way if it leaks, we know who to blame.
Is this all ready?
Yeah. Should probably heat up that tube though.
No, you actually don't want to heat it up.
Really?
It becomes cloggy. All right.
Touch it over. As you can see, we got the window nice and glued in. Turned out amazing. Fortunately, I don't know what's going on here. We've always had this issue with S2000s with aftermarket seals. It doesn't really seat right there. But I think if we heat it up, we can maybe get it to come out because the gap isn't that big. But other than that, it turned out pretty good. So now we're gonna go ahead and roll it out and get it onto the lift and go ahead and put these lowering springs on it. And probably maybe even put the exhaust on it.
Fuck, don't leave me alone. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna remove these coilovers and get started on lowering the fronts.
As you can see guys, that was actually really easy. Simply unbolt it there. A lot of times you have to drop the spindle, but luckily for us, we don't have to do any of that. So we're gonna move along pretty quickly. And we definitely need to do something about these calipers. White is definitely not it, and you can see they're chipping because we did paint these a long time ago. We're thinking to go yellow. Let me know what you guys think about yellow. I think yellow goes really good with red. And also we are doing dark bronze rims. We decided on that, so I think it'll all tie in very nicely together. I've seen a lot of cars like that and it looks very good. This guy just don't stop. Hey, what are you doing, Buck? What are you doing?
Alright. Well, maybe get Buck out of the way.
Yeah. Hey, Buck, watch out. We're doing something dangerous.
So Mark is about to attempt to remove these without clamping it down. See how this works out. I wouldn't stand there. Not a big deal.
I would like to say for the record, Vlad was scared to do it.
I was not. I was just doing my job. I think that's the front.
Yeah. See, I think since it's lower, we won't even have to compress it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably not. Watch. We're good.
Oh, nice.
We're good.
And they're gonna be exactly. See, anything lower and it would be like saggy. I don't think Tein likes to do that. All right, one done.
All right, we got both springs on, so now we're gonna put them on the car and see how it sits. Okay, so the car is now lowered. It still does need to settle, but as you can see, the fitment is perfect. Those wheels just barely poke. As you've seen earlier, they stuck out a lot. And in these, we do need to camber because they do have this spacer to fit the Brembo. So we're gonna need to camber these in a little bit, just a tiny bit. That way it'll poke like the rear and it'll be perfect fitment. We didn't want to go low on it. Well, at least I wanted to go low on it. Vlad didn't want to go low. He does like that stock look.
Yeah, we're trying to get this thing looking pretty stock. That way we can have a nice ride. Can look good too. Don't want it too low, scratching up the bottom of the car and stuff.
Yeah, so what we're going for here is we're pretty minimalistic mods, such as a K&N, you know, custom valve cover, seats, wheel, and then braking power and wheels. You know, just very minimalistic, and I think Vlad did a very good job of that. It looks amazing.
Tasteful mods without ruining the look and style of the car, you know, no rice or junk. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up the car, we're gonna pick up the front wheels, and then we're gonna take them off and we're gonna make some camber on this car.
So we're looking very official now. We got the fender liner in. We are still missing this undercar shield right here. We're gonna have to probably order that, and then that'll button up this middle part right here. But we are actually gonna have to take this bumper back off because I unfortunately forgot to plug in that headlight, and it's a pain. So we're not really too worried about that right now. We're just gonna button up the fender liners and see how this camber looks. But the car's coming together, guys. It's looking very nice. I did say that we might get our exhaust on today, but unfortunately, we did leave a certain piece of it at home, so we can't put the exhaust on. But that's fine. We did get a lot of progress on this car. I can't wait. Once we get it all put together, we'll probably cut and buff it next. What do you think? Cut and buff?
Yeah, we can cut and buff it. We still got
the door handles and the locks.
Yeah, the door handles and the locks, and a few other little things to get it started.
Oh yeah, here we got Andrew here, Mr.
Yeah.
Subi guy. What do you think of the car?
I mean, I would trade it for my Subi. No,
No,
I'm just joking. No, I wouldn't do it. But it's pretty clean.
Andrew will be
Really
able
like
to
it.
change the steering rack.
Yeah, the steering rack went on Subaru. Guys, stay tuned. The Subaru reveal is coming. What do you think of the car?
It's pretty good if it worked. But yeah, we'll get that fixed here soon. And,
Well, act
hopefully.
like it works.
yeah, if nothing else happens to it, we'll get on the road.
Yeah, so we're gonna probably end it off here. That way we can get his steering rack on, because he does want to drive his car, and unfortunately it kind of blew up and peed all over the floor. So we're gonna get these wheels on, see how this fits, and get it off the lift and get him up here. Okay guys, so we got perfect poke. It is just like the rear, as you can see right there. So that is perfect. We're gonna leave it right there. We don't wanna camber it too much. We don't wanna rice it out, but that right there looks amazing. I can't wait to see what it looks like once these springs settle in. You think they'll drop more once we settle it?
I mean, not noticeable difference, but it'll look a little better. But I'd say that looks perfect for going for a stockish look with some aftermarket parts. I think that's great. No, shouldn't have any trouble with rubbing in the front or back, so we should be good.
Oh yeah. All right guys, this car is turning out amazing. We got the interior pretty much buttoned up. We do need to actually modify the seats because we did have them with the harnesses originally. So we didn't have the buckle for the seatbelt, so we couldn't fully put them in yet, because we do want to put that buckle on there, because we're not going to run harnesses on this car. It's just going to be very inconvenient. So we do need to take those back out so they're not fully buttoned up. We are also waiting for our soft top. Once we get that, we can actually fully complete all of that, and it's going to look very nice with the brand new top. In the next video, we'll probably go ahead and finish this whole car up. We'll paint the wheels, get the exhaust on it, get it all buttoned up, and maybe drive it around, see how she rips. Can't wait for that, guys. And also, we are gonna cut and buff the entire car. Even though Vlad did an amazing job on the paintwork, we still wanna cut and buff it because You know, we want that perfect finish, and it's gonna be really nice. So stay tuned for all that, guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you think of the car, and also don't forget to give us a follow at motorhead.co on Instagram for the inside scoop. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.